return to team up with JSTLK for one last job. For one last job here. Mutual enemy. Enemy of my enemy. The thing is, Dan does kind of have the money to make this person's life hell, and they're making it quite easy right now.
A stealth server.
I don't really understand the strategy here. But Dan has just messaged me saying, I didn't care at first, but now that Foodshops is calling me a child, I think I'm seriously at risk. So, big Dan versus Foodshops drama. So, we've got all the clips here, I think. So this all starts about 5 days ago when Mr. Mooten calls Foodshops a pedophile.
Daniel, all right? Danny boy and Mr. Motan. Okay, see, this is what I mean by people going after me. Okay? Like, this is what I mean by people going after me for no reason. All right? For Dan, I think Dan is the only exception. Where Dan has not gone after me personally, but I am going after Dan just simply because I feel like I have a justified reason to do so. Okay? That's fair. Okay? Dan has every reason to be mad at me for going after me. I'm not going to complain about that, okay? Because I hate Dan.
Oh, that knows what's going on
now,
here.
with that being said, okay? What the fuck did I do to Mr. Mooten? I'm sorry. Does Mr. Mooten and Dan share a single brain cell?
I forgot how
like
this
you guys are
person
like
is. Holy
squabbling
fuck.
over like how the fates squabble over like the single eyeball. Here, let me just play this.
Z's probably gonna win, and that's okay.
This is giving me a headache, bro.
No, fucking no. That would be ally of the year or something. That is not,
buddy. So
no.
I've heard that
Dude,
Foodshops is
CJ,
unironic.
tell me about it, man. What am I paying for at this point? What am I paying for at this point?
A pedophile.
I'm not gonna say anything.
What the fuck? Hello? Dude, it's crazy.
So was that a pedophile?
I've heard that Foodshops is unironically a pedophile.
I'm not gonna say anything.
What the?
Kuihman's content. Are you gonna dominate her statistically like a real man?
That's disgusting. Thank you for the krona, though. 50 krona. Thank you.
Oh, what? Hello? Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy up in this bitch. I just got it by like fucking Mr. Mooten. What the fuck?
Thing here, but before I had no issue. I'm not gonna say anything here.
Yeah, of course. Like, it's crazy to me how Dan is more submissive than Mr. Mooten. Okay,
yeah.
but
it's not really pedo jacketing, is it?
Mr. Mooten is like dumb enough to say something like that. Oh my god, it's like Beavis and Butthead, dude. Wait, hold on. I actually want to see this whole thing-ish a little bit. Right.
It's fine.
So
People do
stupid.
it to piss me off.
Z's probably gonna win, and that's okay.
Who?
I'm just curious about the full context.
No,
Yeah,
that would
like,
be ally.
She described herself as a pedophile. Small p, but did say she would describe herself as a small p pedophile. Like, not a clinical pedophile. Someone with, like, a subclinical attraction to children. Of some form. That's, I believe, the rough message of that.
Of the year or something. That is not,
buddy. So,
no.
I've heard that Foodshops is unironically a pedophile.
Foodshops is full trans.
Crazy. That's crazy,
not
bro. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Like, dude, bro, fuck Steven's orbit, dude. And I'm gonna, every single time Steven comes in here or I talk to Steven, I'm just gonna say it again and again. It doesn't really matter if he never joins in here again or never talks to me again.
I did watch the eviction stuff. Is she living with, like, fans or something? I think, right? She says she lives with people who watch her streams, and they're kicking her out because they expected to have a friend roommate, not just a roommate who sits in their room screaming all day, basically.
Dude, fuck DGG, dude. DGG is ass, bro. DGG is ass. It's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy to me how DGG like Destiny is admirable because he is able to have.
Okay, I think that's all I want to hear from that, to be honest. So then we've got 3 days ago, Dan called Foodshops a pedophile.
Thank you.
Okay, love you, buddy.
All right, that was all.
Mhm.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice.
I don't want to say Foodshops is wrong.
About
Well,
what?
they're a pedophile, so that's kind of expected.
Dang. Why is Darius been in here?
And that's why
Not happy.
I
Not happy. That is not a happy look, is it?
criticize his parenting, okay?
Okay.
That's why I think it's a reasonable escalation, okay? That's why I think it's a reasonable escalation, okay? I hope that your wife gets harassed more at work, okay? Holy
Dude.
shit.
The whole time, but fucking
Okay.
Huh?
deafened.
Oh, is Darius still in here?
He's been in here.
He's a fucking Chad.
Good for him, my boy.
Probably got arrested again.
King.
Probably in some girl drama again.
King.
I hear that's been happening.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
This is a direct result of Destiny getting down with doxing. That's absolutely true. Destiny's encouraged this behavior. Yeah. There's just no... There is no justification for this here, you know? You called yourself a pedophile. Dan is just saying the same thing. You can't call yourself a pedophile. Like, take it back and start, you know, like, threatening or encouraging shit against people who just say that.
Just remember, every single battle I pick is justified, okay? Just wanna...
Okay.
Just in case anyone wonders if I'm being unhinged.
Well, if you say it's justified, then it must be.
All right, well. I love you guys, and stay safe. Be careful.
All right, see you, man.
Jesus.
Well, what can you do? Haters gonna hate, okay? They hate us because they ain't us. True. Holy shit, Foodshops. Bro, he called me a pedo. Yeah, of course I won't feel bad for him anymore. Yeah, or for his wife, or for his kids. What the fuck? Of course not. I hope they get harassed more.
There's actually no evidence that Redact stores
Yeah.
anything.
I
don't know why
I hope he gets
people
stalked. I
still
hope
say
he
that
gets
shit.
spotted.
It's dumb as
Yeah, I
hell.
don't care anymore. All right. Cool.
Yeah, like, just, it's just going after people's family at the best of times is, like, fucking pretty low. This is, like, so just unjustified. It's just bizarre. It's just, like, you just look fucking terrible.
I think that afterwards, he hopped into Zip stream? Why does he call you a pedo? Good question. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether or not he called me a pedo, right? To me, it doesn't matter. It could be either from the anti-fan videos, it could be either from rumors, it could be either from Mr. Mutin, or he's just saying that because he likes calling everyone a pedo. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't need to explain.
Once you go there, I'm just gonna do tit for tat. Like, at that point, I'm just gonna do tit for tat, right?
Okay.
Yeah. There's no reason for me to, like, hold back anymore at that point. Yeah. Kevin Points does that as well. Yeah. And I also criticize him and his family. I do that too because he went there. Yeah, of course.
Criticizing
Yeah, of course
his
I'm not
family.
gonna cater my dialogue for their feelings at some point. Okay. Of course not. What the fuck?
This is just so bizarre.
And by the way, even then, I still compliment counterpoints despite that. It's, like, so crazy to me.
Thank you.
Okay, I love you, buddy.
All right, that was all.
Okay, well, that's that clip. There's some imager links here, but I can't open those in the UK, so... But my understanding is that, basically, Dan and Foodshops talking DMs. Foodshops is trying to cut a deal with Dan to not get called a pedophile anymore. And, Dan's not playing ball at all. Dan is not interested. So it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well, to say the least. This results in Foodshops getting banned from the Dalaban Twitter community. Here's the images. Tried to de-escalate one step with Dan, and since he declined, I have no reason not to post it on Twitter anymore in public or in the community group. Putting it here in public also helps archiving since he loves redacting things. Hey, yo, listen. I'm not okay with you calling me a pedophile on stream. We're going to have our massive disagreements, and we're going to beef. That's fine. However, using Steven's platform to call me a pedo is another step up from trolling you. I'm not okay with it. I'm sending this because a friend said I should try direct communication, and I agree. I think it's better to resolve this in DMs, even if you do it as a joke. It obviously still perpetuates it or propagates it. If you agree to stop calling me a PDF, then I will stop calling you a child molester in response. And I won't engage in tit for tat and just criticize your ego and your actions, which is a step down from PDF jacketing shit. Do we have a truce? This isn't even really tit for tat. Like, why don't you call him a pedophile in response? You know, you can try and do a bad faith. Like, if you think Dan's being bad faith with you, calling you a pedophile, why don't you try and do a bad faith pedophile accusation back? There's plenty you can work with, you know? That would be the tit for tat. This is like just spazzing out. Yeah, make Hawaii jokes, make tiny chat jokes. He fucking hates that. Never mention my name again, or I won't talk about you again. Go on random rants about me and faffo. So fuck around and find out. Dan, I criticize you for your ego, and you think calling me a pedo is okay, then fine, no truce. I think I made the step to make peace, and people can't say I haven't tried now. This is not a reasonable compromise to me, considering how my entire streaming shit is talking about Destiny-related figures and drama. My honest... You're coming after my career, right, because it was on Destiny's platform. My honest opinion on them. I'm sorry, it is what it is, and I guess a truce isn't possible. Have a good day. Because Destiny's community really care if someone gets labeled as a pedophile, don't they? That will stop them watching them. Dan, I criticize you for your ego. Oh, wait, no, that's the same message. Thumbs up. They deleted his messages instantly. He logged them before he could, thankfully. That's it. Dan is rich and has no scruples. This is the worst possible enemy. Yeah, it's been said. It's been said. So, removed from the community for not respecting Destiny and stream guests. And then there's just like some DMs that Destiny didn't respond to, where Foodshops is ranting in DMs. I don't really care about those. Apparently Foodshops went live and started bitching about it. And then Dan went into JSTLK server.
I'm just going to assume
start, basically, Dan returned to team up with JSTLK for one last job. For one last job here. Mutual enemy. Enemy of my enemy.
He's going to cover that. Maybe he'll get to it. Maybe he won't get to it. Okay, who the fuck knows? All right, it doesn't really matter. All right. All you need to know is that it seems as though from what I see, maybe he'll cover it, maybe he won't, is that he'll cover me versus Dan Solomon. Okay, fine. This is no accident. So, you know how Dan is supposed to be a defender of Destiny against all the anti-fans? So I'm being told, and I have received screenshots of Dan on JSTLK server.
Oh no.
Trying to incite shit against me, and even though he never talks there, he went onto JSTLK server, anti-fan communities, in order to complain about me, okay? So we have the friend of Destiny.
Dan doesn't care about collateral in his war on Twitch, so I don't care if his Russian mail order bride gets harassed. Well, I don't think that's the right mindset. I think you should uphold the standard even for people who don't. And also, even if you don't care about his wife, I feel like you should at least care about his kids. I feel like that's the normal response.
Fraternizing with the enemy, okay? So that's what's happening, okay? Do you think Dan is on the other side? I think that somehow, because he's so spiteful, that he has decided it would be a great idea to complain about me on JSTLK server, okay? Yes, it's as crazy as it sounds, okay? So, this person's named Hassan, but make no mistake, this is Dan. I believe that multiple people have told me that this is Dan. Yes, it is Dan. The person with the so-called Hassan.
That's why I left them out, fair enough.
So,
I just think that if you're, the moment someone's like, you know, harassing family, it's hard to start distinguishing.
Redact, for redact.dev, okay? Obviously, the real Hassan would never
You're going
have
after family,
anything
you're going
like
after
that,
family. You're probably going to end up, you know, kind of harming the kids by knock on anyway.
Fucking server tag? That'd be crazy, if so, right? So, I'm being told that this is the real Dan, okay? Obviously, you can prove me wrong. Please, please, please tell me if I'm getting any facts wrong. Again, I'm trying my hardest, okay, to get all the facts correct and in order, okay, from begin to end, okay? All right. So Dan, not Hassan, says, oh no! So he posts this, shares this in JSTLK server, of all things. JSTLK server, like my public call out. Okay, fine. Okay, you want to do that? You want to incite some real fucking shit against me? Okay, you did that. You're feeding my enemies, my direct enemy, and enemies of Steven. By the way, these are enemies of Steven, most of all. They're not like immediately enemies of me. Like obviously by extension they are direct enemies of me, but like primarily their target is Steven, right? Like let's be honest, like taking down me, like if they take me down, that's only a step in truly taking down Steven, right? Okay. Does that make sense? Like I hope that makes sense, right? Like again, their primary target is not me. Their primary target is Steven, okay? So we have a long time
Foodshops is literally doing the Jeffrey Epstein and the Jeffrey Epstein right now. They're trying to get to you. They just have to go through me. You know. Just like Jeffrey Epstein all over again.
Going to chase the server to post this shit? Like, okay, dude. So he shares it here, okay? Because he's like feeling full of it, all right? So this is the next. Oh god, dude, this is like this. So like you realize how childish this is, right? Like you'll realize like why I feel like a 26-year-old parent. Like fucking. Like this guy. Just keep in mind, this guy's like in his 40s. Okay, like this guy is like a parent. He's a parent with a full family, like a full-fledged family and multiple business. Like, bro. Okay. Listen. To be very frank, okay. To be extremely frank. Okay? You need to grow the fuck up, okay? Seriously, okay? How is it that I'm more mature
this is
than you?
unbearable.
It's insane, okay? It's insane. It's insane that I have to deal with, like, actual man children. Like, what the fuck? Hello? Like, what is this, like, high school shit? Like, what's with this stupid Gossip Girl high school shit? Anyway, so we have... Oh, Dan just joined the battle. So this is confirmation. This is confirmation from, like, one of the anti-fans, right? That, oh yeah, Dan just joined the battle. So if you have any like doubts, about this not being Dan, yeah, just if you have doubts about me, just make sure. I'm just saying, okay, this does actually seem to be Dan, okay? This anti-fan just said Dan just joined the battle, okay?
Yeah,
so
I thought
this is a
screenshot,
I think, and I don't know if Zip is there, but this is Dan saying. Zip. So this is in JSTLK server, it seems like, right? Zip sounds the exact same as JSTLK in cadence, and I don't give a fuck if anyone thinks I'm retarded. So let's be clear here, okay? Yes, this is an insult towards JSTLK, right? Because again, he's implying that JSTLK sounds horrible, which is absolutely correct, right?
What is this little pin emoji that Dan put? Is this meant to be like the sex offender pin? Is that what he's doing? Is this meant to be the like sex offender map pin? You know, like the not map as in mind tracked person, but yeah, the map.
Okay. However, remember this is a double insult, right? Because he is insulting JSTLK, right, making fun of him, and he's insulting Zip, right? So he's roasting Zip at the. And by the way, I have a suspicion that this happened right after the debate between Zip and Dan. About the Celeste thing, the same fucking topic, the Celeste shit? What the... Hello? Anyway, it's just kind of funny how Dan just fucking mauls. He mauls after every interaction. He mauls after every debate. Do I go onto anti-fan Discord servers to complain about my ops in DGG? Do I do that? As a 26-year-old? Hello? You know, I'm constantly thinking to myself, how do I be the most mature?
Wow.
How do I act the most chill?
Uh-huh.
This is not it. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, anyway. So, there you go. There's a Zip mention, I guess. Like, also insulting Zip. So, so Dan then says, my perfect online reputation. Okay, so this is sarcastic, I'm assuming. Okay, whatever. So, my person says, who is a dedicated anti-fan, okay?
Yo, look at the 10 gifted membership sugar locks. Thank you. Hugely appreciate yours. Thank you. Hugely generous. Thank you so much.
In Destiny's Handmaiden role, you must do battle with Foodshops and Zip Zip. Okay, I think this is gay. Okay, I don't give a fuck. So this person does this. A laughing emoji, right? So it's people who are going like, okay, wait, hold on. Is Dan coming around to our side? It's time to seduce Dan into the anti-fan side. Like that's how I read it at the very least, okay? So Dan then says, I would be 10 times
it's just
more concerned.
Like it's not like this is like I don't even think Foodshops believes that. I think this is like Foodshops is just trying to like win over DGG to be on her side in the fight, because I think it's pretty clear what this is. Like Dan just has an issue with Foodshops and knows JSTLK's community might be able to help him out with that, you know? They can on this one issue, they can be aligned. Because Foodshops has gone after JSTLK so much. I felt that's pretty clear. I don't think it's anything to do with Dan being on the anti-fan side. No one's got any, you know, illusions about Dan and Destiny being friends, right? And their friendship will far outlast any, you know, fucking streaming Orbiter connection that Foodshops has with Destiny.
If Wolfgang came at me, this person has no influence and is a known. This is again, all right, again, pedo jacketing me. Okay, so if you guys don't know, this is like the sex offense registry, like pin, the red pin that is on sex offense registry maps, and basically this is the red pin. He's doing a red pin emote because he's basically saying,
well, Dan's doing it because Foodshops swung at him, right? He just like offhand described Foodshops as a pedophile on a stream. She spazzed the fuck out, said his kids deserve to get fucking harassed and shit. And so he's fighting back. So I don't even fault Dan here. I don't think it's even about securing his position or anything. I think Foodshops went fucking insane at him.
Person on the sex offenders registry. Basically, he's trying to, like, again, pedo jacketing, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so, and then Dan says like a weird comment, like I don't know why he said, whatever, man. You know, his sense of humor is his sense of humor, right? So he compares me and Zip Zip to Wolfgang. Okay, I don't know all that much about Wolfgang. I have no beef or quarrel with him. He disappeared from the JSTLK sphere a long time ago. Anyway, at least
No, pedo jacketing is like falsely implying that someone's a pedophile.
Wolfgang has a hot mom. Okay. All right. I don't know if your wife is okay with you saying that. By the way, normally when someone says, oh yeah, like makes your mom jokes, normally it's because it's like, it's so absurd that there's no way it can be true.
See, Hightail got an early access release date for January. Xanderhall won. Yeah, Xanderhall, I mean, he kind of won. Yeah, but I mean, I will play Hightail. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was never as hyped for it as Xanderhall, but I'll play it. I'll give it a go. So I mean, I'm not like, you know, Xanderhall's W here isn't really anyone else's L. I think most people want to give it a try. I'm hoping it's going to be good in some way.
But like, I would probably wager that Wolfgang's mom and Dan's age is probably around the same. I don't know. Like, obviously, don't look too much into it, but like I don't know. This is obviously half joking, right? Like, this is obviously half joking, right? But okay, you know, you do your thinking, all right? Anyway.
We will be stream sniping Xanderhall and Hightail.
Let me see. Okay, let me see. So this is JSTLK finding out that Dan is complaining about me, okay? So Dan says, you said that feeling when and didn't do a face, retard. Okay.
Is it really worth playing in early access though? It'll probably be shit. If someone, let's say you went back in time. Minecraft first launch. First gets posted online. And you've got all knowledge. Are you really going to say that back then? You're going to be like, wow, Minecraft's shit early on. Why would I play it? You know? If it can hit the same... If it can sort of, Minecraft was not great early on. Super early build to Minecraft, fucking ass. Like, beta 1.2 is, like, fucking awesome. Stuff before that is, like, you know... Minecraft already exists. Yeah, but this is trying to do... Like, I do understand, in part, why Xanderhall was interested in it. Though he didn't seem to understand the more interesting parts of it. It's like, it's got a lot of mod tools built in, right? That are meant to make it so that servers and like mod developers and shit can really customize and make custom games. And yeah, he's excited for the storyline. Fucking retard. And just the ability to be able to do that, having something that's got super powerful mod tools that like lots of people will be able to pick up and create shit for. It's quite promising.
Okay, so this is referring to some other conversation, I'm assuming, whatever. So then JSTLK says, and he has talked about Wolfgang's hot mom on other occasions. Really? Okay, sus. Okay, whatever. Okay, JSTLK says to Dan, be careful posting in here. There's someone online threatening to dox everyone who does. So this is talking about Destiny, okay? This is talking about Destiny, all right? So because Destiny says, oh yeah, if you're in JSTLK's community, I'm gonna go around doxing everybody in JSTLK's community who are like the mainstays, right? Because like I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just gonna collect all of your doxes and just punish you all, right? Collective punishment. So again, this is JSTLK also poking fun at Steven, but also poking fun at Dan. And yeah, saying like, oh yeah, you're one of us now, right? Like you're in here with us, so be careful. That's basically what JSTLK is saying. This does not sound pointed towards Dan, in my opinion. It's just I don't know. Like I don't see any real animosity between Dan and these anti-fans. All right. I don't know if there is. Okay. I'm being told that Dan does regularly go into JSTLK's community to go argue with them. I have to say, okay, you must be doing a really bad job because they just laugh at you all the time, okay? Dan, okay, Dan, all right, listen, okay, if you're jealous of me being like the one true absolute Destiny defender, okay, it's okay, okay? You're not cut out for everything in life, okay? That's probably why you failed like 10 different businesses, sold off all of them probably, and your workforce to bigger companies, and now Redact.dev is like your baby, so then you have to like grab a hold of it as much as you can, because your previous 10 companies are all like aborted fetuses that you like ate for dinner or some shit. Okay, fine. All right, you want to do your thing, that's fine. Okay, but listen, not everybody is cut out for everything. Okay, it is what it is. All right. So, you know, there's all these like red flags going off. Okay, like, okay, I can totally acknowledge Dan being spiteful and doing crazy shit. Okay, but I did not imagine that
the thing is, Dan does kind of have the money to make this person's life hell, and they're making it quite easy right now.
A JSTLK server.
I don't really understand the strategy here.
To validate the anti-fans crusade or some shit? Like, what the... I mean, I guess he's his own person. I guess he's his own adult. But do you know what that means when adults do things? I think that adults choosing bad decisions like that should have consequences. I think that should have consequences, in my opinion. All right? In my opinion.
Wow.
Okay? Because if you have the mentality of a child, okay, like Dan does, and you're very spite-driven, okay, which I understand.
Yeah, very low-level checkers
all I'm going to say is,
at play right now.
If you want me to regard you as an adult, you must take responsibility for your actions, okay? I take adult consequences for my adult actions, all right? Now it's time for you to take yours. In my opinion, if I had absolute control, you give off so many red flags that I would oust you instantly. Mods, twist his balls, you know? Send you, like, if I had absolute control, I would kick you out of DGG permanently, okay? I would say, you're allowed to be my friend, but I'm going to kick you out permanently, okay? I'm not going to place that pressure on Steven, okay? But I'm just saying, you are problematic, okay? You are bad news.
That's problematic.
And I think that all the fucking, I think that all the DGGers who were fighting against Dan, I think all of their concerns are validated, okay? There's a reason why Dan was doing a 1v20, okay? It isn't because Dan is the Giga Chad that's like trying to
These are the type of people who, when given power, abuse it in ways that are incredible. Dude. Foodshops will put the Stanford prison experiment to shame, okay? This is legit. This is someone with... You know that shit Joey Barton was saying about Aluko and Jeremy Vine? Yeah, this is like the Pol Pot mindset. This is the Fred and Rose West mindset. It's terrifying. It's quite terrifying.
The 1v20 martial arts thing, okay? It's because Dan is just wrong. And everybody else is trying to point out how wrong he is, but he just won't back down, okay? That's literally it, okay? Sometimes when you're getting dogpiled, you think that you're the right one, okay? And sometimes when you're getting dogpiled, sometimes you're the retard, okay? In this case, he's always the retard when he's getting dogpiled, okay? I'm just saying. So, is the context clear? Is the context clear? Now, here's the thing, okay? I think that this is gay, okay? I think this is gay and retarded. Okay, you're looking well. Thank you, Rex. Okay.
See, now this is seeming like getting cold feet. This seems like you're getting cold feet a little bit. This is all of a sudden this is gay and retarded. You don't want to do this anymore.
I, for one, do not enjoy this. Okay, I'm only doing this because I view this as a necessity because I know Dan's character. Okay. And honestly, if I monetize this shit, you know what? I'm all for it. Do you know why? It's because I think that if I have to suffer, I think I should at least make money suffering, okay? Because ain't no way you're gonna get me to suffer for free, okay? Ain't no way you're gonna get me to suffer for free. There's no way you're doing that to me, okay? So you know what? Yeah, I am gonna stream this, okay? Now, with that being said, again, all right, all I'm asking from Dan is to not call me any child-related fucking crazy shit when I'm trying to defend your friend. Okay, I'm trying to defend
if Foodshops
your friend
is
Destiny.
stacking paper,
okay,
bro. Quit hating.
Yes, I criticize you. Yes, I'm very harsh against you and your character. But notice, before all of this, I did not go after your family. I did not go after your kids. I did not go after your wife. I did not go after you as a person, as an individual, in the sense of you being a creepy predator person. Okay. However, the moment you take apart that bar, it's just all out war and it's nasty and it's bad for everyone, okay? But here's the thing, okay? You didn't want to de-escalate and now we're here, okay? Adult decisions, adult consequences, all right? Yes, push, pull. You are in your 40s. You need to figure this out, okay? You're like twice my age. Twice. You're twice my age, bro. You're like 50% more my age or some shit, all right? No, you're almost twice my age. There's no excuse for any of this immaturity, okay? There's just no excuse, all right? It's crazy how immature you are. Like, I'm actually flabbergasted. I'm like, okay. I don't know. Like, I think this is crazy to me, okay? Like,
would you almost say Dan's behaving prepubescent Foodshops?
You let a trans girl get more like mature than you or some shit like that, but that's crazy, okay? Doc, you need to go through puberty again. I'm just saying, like maybe your balls haven't dropped. Like, like I'm just saying, okay?
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Sand Dog Man.
Yo, thank you so much, Meku. Thank you so much for the 5 Australian. Thank you. But yeah. There you go. That's the drama. That's the stupid shit. And I'm just gonna assume that like JSTLK is gonna make a fucking segment on me later because of Dan. Okay, so I mean, good job engaging in anti-fan tactics, I guess. Like, good for you. I'm glad that you can learn something out of this entire drama, and that something is not from Destiny, but it came from JSTLK instead. I'm glad you really learned something. Okay, I'm glad that everyone's loyal. So Dan
has just messaged me saying, "I didn't care at first. But now that Foodshops is calling me a child, I think I'm seriously at risk." So, this is a self-defense situation, I fear. Okay, we've got... I want to see a bit of the JSTLK segments that fill in the gap between these next two streams. So, we've seen most of this. Dan enters Discord. Do we want maybe JSTLK's commentary on the... when Dan entering his Discord?
Undisclosed Ethereum payments. Guy used to mine a lot of crypto. Okay, you'll never be able to find the money, but he did pay me. I'm not gonna cap. Okay, 5 figures.
JSTLK server anti-fan communities in order to complain about me. Okay, so we have the friend of Destiny fraternizing with the enemy. Okay,
if you're in DG, let's say you're watching this. Maybe you're watching Foodshops. Watch this. If you found that that statement right there compelling. Loser, you will never do anything tangible in the world. Please keep yourself and give back some of that oxygen and ozone you've taken up, okay? Thank you.
So
Bye.
that's what's happening. Okay. Do you think Dan is on the other side? I think that somehow, because he's so spiteful, that he has decided it would be a great idea.
Yeah, we gotta see JSTLK using some of my content.
complain
I
about
want
me
to see
on
some of
JSTLK
that.
server. Okay. Yes, it's as crazy as it sounds. Okay?
You know, I love watching people watch me.
This person named Hassan, but make no mistake, this is Dan. I believe that.
Wait, replay it? Oh, she said something about fraternizing
So
with the
that's
enemy.
what's
Hold on.
happening. And even though he never talks there, he went onto JSTLK server, anti-fan communities, in order to complain about me, okay? So we have the friend of Destiny.
Oh, right here. Yeah, listen.
Fraternizing with the enemy, okay?
Fraternizing with the enemy. The enemy. Cool. So, yeah, if you find that compelling, you are a loser. There's no enemies here. Any of you people are welcome to come and argue about where I was wrong with any of my coverage of the Destiny stuff. Foodshops too scared to do it. You're all too scared to do it. So you sit in your community, probably off to together, being total degenerates. I really can't think of any better hell. I can't do anything worse to you than you've already done to yourselves, okay?
So that's what's happening, okay? Do you think Dan is on the other side? I think that somehow, because he's so spiteful, that he has decided it would be a great idea to complain about me on JSTLK.
This is the one thing, me and... Destiny is unique in his community, okay? He's good with... He likes... But most of the other people around him, and me, we can all come together against you in Destiny in our disgust at... Okay? We are disgusted by you guys. We will always just, you know... I will make content out of you. I will make a mockery of you for being a... Whenever I want, whenever I can, okay? And Dan will enjoy it. Dan will take part in it. Dan might join and talk shit about you. Probably not, to be honest, but... We all hate... We all do. And you are one.
Okay, yes, it's as crazy as it sounds, okay? So, this person named Hassan, but make no mistake, this is Dan. I believe that multiple people have told me that this is Dan. Yes, it is Dan. The person with the so-called Hassan account, okay? So, you'll notice that the tag, the server tag right here is redact for redact.dev, okay? Obviously, the real Hassan would never have anything
Well,
like
this person's
that as a
very
server
intelligent.
tag. That'd be crazy.
That would be
if
sad.
So, right? So, I'm being told...
I mean, wouldn't it be crazier if the real Hassan was in my Discord dropping Foodshops tweets? Wouldn't that be way more crazy than Dan, this being Dan? Guys, this isn't the real... I know you think this is the real Hassan, but it's actually just Dan Saltman. No, it'd be way more insane if Hassan was
JSTLK's being
starting
a
on
pedo
Foodshops.
anti-fan right now. Yeah, I don't know how much this I care about.
You said that feeling...
Leaked
It's
DM
actually into
review.
me.
Oh, there's this stuff?
I didn't know this, but apparently, okay? Oh, no, Aiko, we can go over that one, too. I'll give that a second, okay? We do have that clip. But
Aiko
this is them talking
joins?
to
Oh,
a 17-year-old.
what?
No, how do you stand to watch
Dude,
so
what
many
the
commentators
hell?
when
What
all they
the
do is make
hell?
fun of degenerate gooners? They're targeting you. To be fair, they're gooners, too. Lyrics. True, Lyrics is a gooner. Well, yeah, Chud talks about Gawk every 5 seconds. LOL. Ha 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 ha. I can't believe this cute IRL lolly Japanese girl is in this space who is actually into me. This is why I think I'm being catfished. The chances can't be possible. Well, let's see.
What
no
the-
evidence of your identity
what
or
the-
existence, but that's okay. I guess the pictures can be AI generated. So I don't know anything about this person other than I've been told this person.
No,
like,
I
likes,
think we'll watch this part. I think this will be
white
funny,
people.
isn't
What's
it?
up? Who's this?
Okay.
Who this be?
To be clear, so Foodshops doesn't get you in a little gotcha. They told Foodshops
Oh, I don't think
they
this
were
person.
18.
Yeah, I don't think this person is advertised that they're overage. Or sorry, underage.
Yeah, they told Foodshops they were 18. I think the biggest issue here is that when Foodshops figured out that they were lying about their age, they didn't ban them. I believe the screenshots are in order, but that at one point they're asking Foodshops like, why am I like banned from your server? And they're like, oh, you're 17. So they figured out they were a minor and then kept, you know, correspondence with them and all that shit. But yeah,
Very
Foodshops
cool.
did not message this person thinking that they were 17. However, this is like insanely reckless
Sure.
because they were sent one picture of this person's chin.
Wait.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Can I just ask what you think cute IRL lolly Japanese girl means?
So Foodshops, I believe, God, it's been months since I covered this. Foodshops, I think, said that this person would send them like audio clips or something. I don't know. They did like lolly role play. They did like lolly role play with each other, where they would sit and pretend to be like lollies and underage and shit.
Cool.
Hi, I would like to point out something. Just, you know, to be fair, to be transparent. Hi, Mrao.
Hi.
Mrao has a crush on Foodshops.
I have a crush on the idealized version of Foodshops. I don't think Foodshops.
What are we doing here?
So
no.
Bear
Now
that in mind.
you're misremembering things. I think Foodshops has the potential.
She can be hot.
She could be hot.
Yeah, you're looking.
She has
and
the potential to get there, but she's not there yet.
Yeah.
I think she's far too lazy to ever get there, so I don't think it would ever work out.
Okay, but you know, there's a twinge. There's a twinge somewhere in your body.
I think they're fairly repulsive right now. It's like you know, when you see like a homeless Down syndrome girl in New York,
How are you
like you
talking
look
still?
at that and you're like,
that's real.
How are you like still talking normally?
Very good
as if something
question.
normal just got said. You have like a gun right next to you, don't you?
Where is it? Oh no, I moved it. Because I was sitting on my here. Do you hear that? Can my mic pick that up? I don't know.
Sorry,
if my mic
you
can pick that
continue.
up.
I didn't. I had a intrusive thought. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think there are pictures of food shops where they like brush their hair, they, you know, take nice pictures, they try to look nice, but I don't think that's often. And I think if they really tried, they could look attractive, but their hair's like greasy, they don't shower, they don't brush their hair, they don't brush their teeth, they don't try to look good. There's like a clip of them on stream where they're actively like with their contacts, and it's just very repulsive behavior. But I think they have the potential, you know. I think it's a missed opportunity, more or less.
Where were you going with the homeless Down syndrome situation?
Oh yeah, okay, back to that. If you're in like New York and you see like a homeless Down syndrome girl like in Times Square or something, you're probably not going to look.
Dude, I saw a crazy clip earlier. I don't know if I can see it. Yeah, it's just howling mute and reply. Howling mute and sad.
Look at that and be like, oh, I'd want to hit that. But you'd probably look at that and be like, oh, that's a missed opportunity. Like, she's in the Big Apple. She has, you know, every opportunity in front of her. The sky's the limit. She could look good. She could look beautiful. She could look amazing, but she's not. You know, she's homeless in Times Square, like with a foam cup that she's begging for money with. It's missed opportunity.
Like in the same way that like could be hot to you?
The homeless person in New York could be hot to me. I think, like I said, I think there's potential.
Down syndrome specifically.
Down syndrome was more so a metaphorical, you know, term to express how dysgenic and freakish this homeless girl looked. I don't think they would actually be Down syndrome. It's more so to convey how bad they look in this, you know, instance of them being homeless.
Okay, so not mentally.
It's also, you know, like when you see like a fat guy. I'm sure you see this, right? Do you ever go to the gym? You go to the climbing gym, right?
Not these days, but
Do you ever go to the gym or go out for walks or something and you see like a fat loser and you kind of look at it and you're like, you know, maybe if he you know, exercised and, you know, put a little effort into his outfits and into his swag and maybe, you know, got a haircut, combed his hair a certain way, he'd probably
great stuff, man, really.
On your part. So no, my point here is not. Also, I think food shops is like the bare minimum you can do.
No. Actually, I take that all back. Sorry, I need to just get this thought out. No, not knowing that you can't put those quotes on the internet, not knowing that those are like totally, that is the terrifying thing. Putting all of her statements about like children on the internet,
so what?
And not knowing how socially degenerate that is, that is the problem.
So am I just not allowed to be like racist on stream anymore?
Why? Where does that come from?
Food shops said something about Lolly, and now they can't age play in DMs. Am I just not allowed to like make racist jokes about black women on stream anymore? Like, is that the standard we're using?
You're in the States, aren't you? She's just allowed to be racist.
I don't think
so. I think food shops is allowed to Lolly role play with consenting adults.
Yeah, being racist.
I'm telling you
illegal.
that all of it ending up in public is the issue, right?
The fact that
Like
she
not
would
having
openly
any
say
understanding.
it.
Oh, that they willingly made it public.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they're not.
I think we get the
joking.
idea
It's not
here. I think I'm good in that. So then there's
Like, for example, I wouldn't even walk on the same.
Like masculinity.
I want a cute little girl that I can wrap my arms around.
So you like being?
so
like,
Jay
in
still
a
goes over
dominant
some
role?
history here.
Yes.
Okay. Like a partner.
Cool. Now, on its own, not damning, okay? On its own, not damning. Weird, given some of the other things, right? Because that makes it physical, that makes it real, makes it in the real world. But, hold on.
I'm only into the most feminine of the most feminine.
That's what I'm.
Wait, what does that mean?
I need to have a little girl to wrap myself around.
Oh, like you're like big spoon is what you're saying. Oh, I get you.
I need to have like a 12-year-old.
Just in case you actually thought for a second, oh, this is just like big little stuff. That's totally normal.
What?
No. 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 Oh, boy. All right, that's...
JSTLK is so entertaining sometimes, I
Yikes.
forget.
Wouldn't want to call them a okay? That would be really... If you guys called this person for some reason after these comments, that would be
You guys hate
really
this guy.
inappropriate. Oh, we've still got some more food shop stuff. We got some more content. Let's see here. Probably gonna watch this clip from the therapy thing, the exposure therapy. The old Kuihman
Avoid
VOD.
errands that would be associated with kids, because I would be like, I would avoid errands that would be associated with kids, because I would be like, oh my god, I don't want to even like associate with it, because it would give me so much anxiety and it would send me into like a panic attack, or not a panic attack, but an anxiety attack, right? So
Foodshops basically expresses some attraction to kids, gets totally mobbed for it.
Wait, dude. Was this the trans person that stood up at your party and called the Muslims transphobic? Trans council candidate suspended by Scottish Greens over sexual misconduct allegation. Allegations against Browning include allegedly sending inappropriate messages to underage girls. Browning tried to kiss her at school without permission when she was 15. What's that? 13, rather, just 13. Not good. Not good.
Tries to pivot into saying, I went to therapy, I have POCD, this thing that, like, it's OCD or something. It's you have compulsive thoughts about images of kids, but you don't have, like, the long-term persistent attraction to kids. So she tries to come up with this excuse when she realizes how bad it sounds. Then, eventually, she pivots into a different one.
No. The victim was 13. The victim was 13. Apparently, the trans person was older. So, inappropriate messages with a 13-year-old when she was 16. And something with a 13-year-old in nondescript age. But older than 13.
holy shit.
Whoops, wrong one.
She pivots into, I think she just stops discussing it entirely after this, right? She basically says, don't call me, I'm not anything like that. But she's put all the content online where she's talked about wanting to have a 12-year-old wrapped around her, where she's talked about this whole thing, where she's going to explain that she avoided errands, apparently, that would be around kids. She's done a whole bunch of stuff to try to deal with this POCD, quote-unquote. Seems like Kuihman's analysis, maybe we could go back at some point. Should we go back now? Seems like Kuihman's analysis is something along the lines of, well, it seems like she looked up POCD, tried to take those criteria, and then tried to create a hypothetical that perfectly exemplifies those criteria that makes no sense. I think I should go back. I think I should go back and listen to what this hypothetical is. Give me a second.
Stigmatized because we don't want to encourage that attraction. We don't want to say that that attraction is okay. We want to say, no, we would prefer that people were not attracted to kids. So that is the stigmatization.
Yeah,
of that.
I think...
And it's the person that you want to destigmatize, like you said, because they didn't choose that attraction. And so
We'll speed this up. We'll speed this up.
Attraction, that person should be destigmatized.
You know what's the funniest thing, but also like really ironic? I think it's just the amount of exposure therapy that I went through is what fucked me over. Because
she's now calling her after exposure therapy.
Was that Kenny? I just heard Kenny laugh. That was Kenny's laugh.
That's definitely not what you mean. I think that's what she's gonna say.
Have POCD, but I went through I guess self-treatment for POCD to the point where...
Oh, never mind.
So this is her self-treatment for POCD is off to... Okay? sorry, drawn depictions of kids in situations, in hardcore situations, okay? That was her self-prescribed treatment for these thoughts she was having about minors.
Chip.
Yeah, I guess I...
Oh,
She's actually out of her mind. She needs to stop talking about this immediately.
Get me the fuck out of here, dude. It's insane.
Went through self-treatment.
Kenny is literally like, no, you're my favorite. Stop talking about this. I don't want you to be outed. Kenny, you're being outed, bro. No.
For POCD to the point where I became so unicked when it came to this subject that like now I talk about it so unfiltered to the point where I became so
the pictures
like,
on her in the farm.
Uncognizant to how
People
other people
forgot who
react
she
to it.
is.
That like
Dude.
I just like no longer become cognizant to how other people react to it, and then like that fucked me over.
Dude, this person literally does not like they actually just say things with no attachment to like they're not driving at a meeting. They're just like saying words over and over and over again. Like she's trying to say this became so normalized for me that I talk about it and it weirds people out and I have no idea. But she's just like just keeps doing the word salad over and over again.
Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay.
No, I'm really wanting to ask
like
questions about the self-treatment and exposure to it because it sounds a little. We're getting into some territory where I'm like, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
Ask the questions.
Yeah, we can get into that. We can get into that. I'm right here. Yeah, don't worry.
And she's agreeing.
So meanwhile, can I? So you had doubts about on
Yes, that is what she's saying, Frugals. Yes, she is saying she watched so much, she dropped up to so much to try to get rid of these thoughts she had about children that she forgot that children was weird to other people. And then she started talking about it in public on her stream. That is her, those are her words precisely. So when Dan calls her a and she calls him a in return, I would ask, does Dan have any similar clips on the internet? Does Dan have anything like this on the internet where he talks so much, he thinks it's so normal to say kids, he just talks about it repeatedly? Is there anything like this for Dan? Because when Dan says it, I see a basis, I see some merit to the claim. When Foodshops says it, it seems like it's just a child getting mad that they're being outed for stuff they have said on the internet and it's been recorded.
Of what I went through, right? So I'm going to send you some things, all right? So
my doubts were because of the way you verbally described them the first two times I heard it when you, in your first conversation with Resi, your first one-on-one conversation with him from a couple months ago, and then your conversation with Tom when he was covering the map panel. And those two descriptions did not match up with what I understood about
actual just gem content
POCD.
when there was
and we went over it on stream and went through the International OCD Foundation's article on it and went through all the details, and it still didn't line up with even what that was describing.
Sure, I can explain. Yeah. So, but first of all, before we get through that, this is the I just sent you a picture. This is the sertraline that I take, the little actual pill bottle that I take. So I'm gonna pull this.
Sertraline is prescribed for a number of different mental illnesses.
Up for chat.
Sertraline, yeah,
sertraline, and you can see the cat on there. That's me. And this is I know that you don't doubt me.
Oh, also, just to be clear, when we say you like are in a community, by the way, if you're watching this, if you've come from Foodshops community, we say you're in a community. This is what we're referring to. You are in a literal community. You until proven otherwise, we consider all of you. Okay. You will have to gain back normal human being status over time in any other community. Okay. You come back here from that community, you're a until proven otherwise. Okay. Not sure how that happens, but listen, we'll figure it out.
But I know there's a lot of people out there in the audience that doubt me.
Is there anything
so
you want to
I'm
see
mainly
here?
just pulling this up there for the internet to see. Yeah. Here you go, guys. This is sertraline. I'm just letting you guys know that. Wow.
Oh, there's
like,
the
I know
graphs.
that, yeah, I know that people out there doubt me. So there you go.
Right. We'll see the graphs. We gotta see the graphs.
Let's go. Moved.
I haven't
start with a chart. If you watch,
let's go.
No, I haven't seen.
Okay,
guys, if you watch my recent video for the chart, guys, where is it?
You got a chart. She's gonna show us. All right,
guys. I need to pull this up. I need to show you guys what she's referring to. If you were here earlier, you saw it. You're saying every single most recent video. You get it. Every single most recent video. It's the chart.
This person's brain is totally fried. Like, this person's brain no work no more. Okay? Holy sh**. Are you serious?
So classic,
Dude, there's no way. Why? Again, all she had to do was ignore Dan calling her a and none of this stuff gets gone over by all of these people again. Right? She just had to avoid it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Don't look it up. But instead, she does this. Incredible. Amazing.
Guys, that's the chart.
Wait, I missed all this. What the fuck is this? You didn't see this?
OCD, PDF, POCD, anxiety on, anxiety on something. Imply, consume, PDF, consume. Fantastic stuff. Okay.
No,
fantastic.
We are
stuff,
in
guys.
exception. This is lazy content, okay?
You can drop off the volley and still have POCD.
Yeah, man. It's a shame that that would be. I just use that as a thumbnail, but no one would watch it. But for me, that's amazing. What?
Oh man, I watched it earlier. It's just brilliant, dude. Holy shit.
Wow.
All right. Can I draw up this thing for you?
Sure.
She's doing it again. Guys, we're getting a redux. We're getting a redux.
Okay. So we have.
Listen, the chart before, it was a little confusing. We have to draw the chart again. It'll make more sense why Foodshops thought she was a...
Wow, this is actually 2 years, almost to the day, since this video came out. 30th of November, 2023. That's crazy.
Did POCD, but she's still dropped off to Lolicon, and because she's still dropped off to Lolicon, it doesn't mean she has thoughts about actual kids, okay? Now, this will all make sense as soon as she can finish the chart. And don't forget, guys, this is a Connor-approved segment, all right? We have the Connor Valor Media seal of approval that's going to go up here.
Okay. So we have OCD. Oh, sorry, can you see this?
Let's give it a look.
Hopefully
I can see it, yeah.
Okay, fuck. I wish I had my pen with me. No. So hopefully, so this is going to be a little bit complicated, but hopefully you can sort of wrap your mind around this. Okay? So just because, you know, mental health is sort of a little complicated.
This is so common.
So
this is
OCD,
like...
all right? So this is OCD. And then on the other side, we have actual pen, okay?
It's a kino. This is cinema. You're watching cinema.
So these are two completely different things. So OCD is an umbrella, all right? And OCD...
Okay, this is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. This is just two sections.
Is an anxiety
Oh, we
disorder.
will
So
watch
we're
some of
gonna
the Connor piece debate.
So
you're right. You're right. You're right.
Umbrella thing where it can have many
Before we
kinds
wrap
of
this up
different
soon and move on to that.
So one of these manifestations can be POCD.
Amos She is classic, man.
And I read
That
through
is
this
one of
before.
the
So
funniest
this can be POCD. And what is
fucking nicknames,
POCD?
bro.
It is specifically the anxiety of oh my god, I'm so afraid that I am a or I'm afraid I'm
It's already gone off the rails. We started so good with the two sections. It's already fucked. We're already just drawing lines everywhere.
some act, but you are not actually.
I remember
that
listening
does
to
not
this, waiting
necessitate
for a
that you
Coke
are-
dealer
does
to
that make sense?
arrive.
So far, do you follow?
Also.
Okay. So since you are that way, so now let's bring in another part of the equation, lolicon. I mean,
Wait. No way. Wait. Why did Dev just say, I knew a person who escalated? Wait, what?
Okay.
Wait, what? Point of exposure therapy is to make you not overly anxious around children, not children. Yes. And Dev says, I knew a person who escalated. Does he mean from, like, Lolicon to... Or, wait, what is he... Okay, no, I don't even want to...
Lolly, okay?
I don't even want to
So
guess.
we have lolly. Now, let's just say that you are... So
This is just pure... Right? Well, yes and yes. So yes as in it's definitely... Yes as in it's definitely cope. Why are you drawing something that doesn't need to be drawn? You could just explain this. You don't need to draw this. These aren't even like things that are... Like literally all she had to do is say, I have POCD. Consuming doesn't make me a... And then explain why. Angst, OCD, anxiety, POCD. Anxious about being a... Like, none of this is... The chart is not helping right now. It's not helping communicate any concept.
So let's just put the easy part of the equation out of the way, okay? So if you're and you consume, okay, it's pretty obvious why might consume, right? It's because is, childlike, right? So since it's
interesting choice of words, not drawn CP, childlike.
Childlike, that's why will consume. Does this make sense so far?
Yeah, it would be someone who is attracted to the aspect that they are a child with usually features.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to make a prediction here. All this diagram is going to say is it's going to...
She's... Okay, hold on. I'm going to make a prediction about what Kuihman's going to make a prediction about. This diagram's just going to, like, basically lay out the fact that she is being called a... Or that she has POCD. And it's going to say, it's okay for POCD, people with POCD to...
Foodshops used to say that she did like some computer science shit, I don't know, like software dev or something, and made Destiny money. That was her exact quote. Used to make Destiny money. So embarrassing, bro.
Molly, because they don't have the primary attraction. There will be no reckoning with like any of the points or anybody's like questions. It'll just say, no, POCD means not... POCD means not... I've given myself POCD. That means not...
going to be her saying, no, I could be a but actually, it's just because I've got POCD. That's all she's going to say with this diagram. That's why that's my bet right now.
Now here is a trick question. Ready? Here's a trick question. Now here is a normal person. Here's a normal person who does not have OCD, does not have. Why might they consume law?
If they're seeking it out specifically, it would be one of a number of things. It would
be that they don't have pedophilia defined in the DSM, but they still have a attraction to children in some capacity, right?
It would either be, as you mentioned, the power dynamic between the adult and the child,
correct,
that extreme power dynamic, or it could also be the more childlike behavior, which can also be sought out in adult-related like
infantilization.
Well.
Yep, infantilization. Yep,
infantilization, and then it could also.
Okay, guys, I've got a message from Smith, the 5 Nights at Freddy's enthusiast who was on earlier. Before you make me famous with your stream, just know I'm in a fantasy. I would be with Toy Chica, but in reality, I wouldn't because it would be weird. just a note there.
Be like.
Yeah, you also mentioned that you might not like step brother. Oh, I got caught. I got caught. You know, with my promotion sex. My boss. You know, employee promotion sex. Right. Like a lot of getting caught porn is very popular. Also because of guilt. Yeah, it's just very popular. Right. So again, this is
not leave my ass alone with Toy
Chica because a normal person into lolly. This could be a reason why somebody with OCD might also be into lolly. Right.
So she's saying one reason a normal person could be into lolly is because it is like a guilty thing. They could feel guilt. What?
Caught porn is very popular, also because of guilt. Yeah, it's just very popular, right? So again, this is.
Is this true? I don't even know if the things she's saying here are true. I've already got questions.
A reason why a normal person might be.
Wow. Okay, I think we've seen enough of this. We can move on to the next part now. We get the vibe. I think we get the vibe. Anything else we care about here? No. This is the crash out after.
POCD, by the way, okay? Because people have, in fact, and I won't try to explain this too much.
Foodshops has actually never been diagnosed with POCD. I don't know why she's insisting this. As I understand, she's never been diagnosed with POCD.
Much because Strauss effect is a real thing. Like the Strauss effect is a real thing. So I'll just explain once, okay?
The Strauss
whole POCD meme comes from the fact that at some point, because of my because part of whenever I need to like feel horny and jerk off or whatever the fuck, I look at like fucking I look at you know what, right? But obviously back then I felt guilty about looking at it, and because I have OCD and this is like really embarrassing, the guilt from looking at something like that is the POCD. What the therapist helped me to do is reach
POCD is no better than being a pedo. I mean, they're both mental illnesses, but POCD, in theory, doesn't make people offend, I think, right? Like, it's not actually an attraction to children. You have a form of OCD that causes you, like, compulsive anxiety attacks over the thought that you might be a pedophile. Over the thought that you might be attracted to children. Thank you for the membership. Thank you.
Of acceptance, where I shouldn't hate myself. I shouldn't feel guilt towards that because guilt leads to more destructive behaviors. So the therapist just simply said, yeah, you know what? I think I would rather have you improve and be happy and do what you want with no direct harm towards anybody IRL than be guilty, and feel bad about yourself. And I completed the therapy. I paid $200 per hour. Okay? $200 per hour for an amazing OCD therapist. Okay? Top of the line. All right? Oh, hi, Emery. Looping. You mean explaining just once? Where I explained the Strauss? The fucking Streisand effect? Streisand. Is it Streisand? It's Streisand
nice
effect,
one.
Right? Where I explained the Streisand effect. But okay. $200 an hour ain't no way. I paid out of pocket, okay? By the way, Emery, I noticed that you haven't Minecrafted yet, okay? I remember that Mr. Girl call where you called in and you said you were feeling Robloxy, okay? Hope you're doing well.
Wow.
Do it faster. Anyway. But yeah, just in case you guys do not know about the thing, because guess what? I have an entirely new audience now, But the new audience is still getting exposed to the POCD talking point thing. All right. So whenever they see, for example, I beef with anti-fans a lot, and anti-fans are going to bring up, oh yeah, the therapist prescribed me lolly kind of shit, right? That's a very disingenuous way of putting, oh yeah, improvement in a way where I no longer hate myself, I no longer feel guilt over consuming any of that, and developing emotional regulation and not spiraling out of control. I'm just saying, like, I'm way better now than I was before.
Yeah, I think POCD especially is one of those things you probably shouldn't talk about online if you suffer with it, unless you're like, you know, super confident in your ability to articulate the issues and where you're at with it, and you're like super confident in your diagnosis and treatment. You know? It's like, out of it. Thank you for the membership, Joe Savage. Thank you. Huge appreciated. Like, out of almost any mental illness, it's like one of those that is just like most prone for being misunderstood or, you know, setting off alarm bells. Probably just deal with it. Probably just deal with it offline. Unless you're like, you know, going full blown like advocate.
So, yeah, you know what? I don't.
But I don't believe it's past POCD anyway.
Okay, if
so.
you want to say prescribe lolly, that's fine. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway, okay. So, did he run away when he realized he was retarded and incredibly confident about something he had no idea about? Blah blah blah. So Puddles was definitely screenshot and sending it to Foodshops. I mean, does it matter? Isn't it like a public server? Wait, hold on. I'm being told that Emery most likely have not graduated high school and fucked their own cousin? What is wrong with you people? Just rumors. Okay. Anyway.
Powerful.
I hope they tell Foodshops. I hope the feds get them.
This is basically it. Wow. Okay. Wow, guys. So I think that's the Foodshops versus Dan drama. Pretty much. I think that's pretty much it.